All right, welcome to the second lesson on CSS. This is CSS Select by Tag. Remember in the last lesson, we learned the basic anatomy of a CSS rule. We learned that the first part of every CSS rule is the selector that tells the browser what you're selecting and what you're trying to style, basically. Well, in CSS, there's different types of selectors that you can have. And in this lesson, we're focusing specifically on the tag selector, the most basic generic type of selector you can have. Okay, the instructions are the band, mount, altitude, and the mall has written up their set list, but the manager wants you to liven up the colors. You use CSS rules to make the text of the H1 tags red, the text of the H2 tags blue, and the text of the P tags orange. Okay, so our final result is going to look like this: red header, blue H2, and this orange paragraph. Okay, so right now it's just plain black and white. Okay, so we want to liven it up with some color. Inside of the HTML here, you have some placeholder text. Okay, I don't think we've seen this before. We've seen placeholder text, but I don't think we've seen comments. Okay, so what you see up here with the little tag and then the exclamation point dash dash, this is a HTML comment. Now, notice that you can't see the comment in the web page, not only because it's in the head of the web page, but also because it's a comment. Comments are ways that coders, developers can make little notes to themselves or just write any sort of information on what it is that's contained in the page without having the website visitor see it. So comments can be really useful for leaving notes and information and details that only the coder and developer can see. In this case, the comment is just giving us the instructions. It's recapping what we need to do. All right. Now, inside of the style sheet is where you want to put your rules. We want to make the H1 tags red. So our selector is going to be H1. And you want to have a opening curly brace and a closing curly brace. This is part of the CSS syntax. All of your property value pairs need to be inside of these curly braces. Inside of the H1 rule, we want to change the color to red. Okay, so the property is color, the value is red. Together, this is a property value pair. Okay, now we want the H2 tags to be set to blue. So same property, okay, just different value. And then finally, we want the paragraph to be orange. So we will use P as our selector and the color will be orange, okay? So in this case, the selectors are tag selectors because they're literally selecting tags that we have down here. You already learned that anything inside of these little brackets are tags in HTML. So this is called the tag selector because it's selecting an H1 tag. This is the H2 tag selector, which selects all of our H2 tags. And then finally the P paragraph tag selector, which selects all of these P tags. Okay, tag selectors are going to match exactly what the tag is in HTML, so it's really easy to remember that and to code it. And final step is just run it to make sure everything looks okay. All right, so this looks good to me. This is what we were aiming for. Remember, you want to keep all of your your CSS style rules inside of the style sheet. And yeah, nice job on this lesson. Exercise. Any questions? Leave it in a comment, guys.